Hello good and beautiful people of Nigeria. I am Winifred and this is Engross on the Streets for Engross TV. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing domestic violence, using as a case study former Benue State Governor Gabriel Suswam's case against his wife Yemisi in the United Kingdom. The governor was arrested in the United Kingdom for allegedly battering his wife Yemisi during what she described as a minor argument over his questionable relationship with Mistress Shidun. The governor was set free on a bail of £5,000. He will be tried in court and if found guilty of this offence will be sentenced to 6 months in prison. Now, this kind of domestic violence takes place in Nigeria with cases of serious wife battery and in the other case, husband battery. Although it has gone unnoticed and uncaught by our legal system or by the media, let us go to the streets and find out what Nigerians think of the issue of wife or husband battery.
Okay, wife battering in Nigeria, my own opinion is there is no law guiding it in Nigeria, so men feel it's something normal. Anytime their wife does something wrong, they just use their hand. You understand? They make use of their hand not for fending for the family anymore. They use it mostly for beating up their wives, and it's very, very wrong.
First of all, I think wife battering or beating up your spouse is the worst thing that a man can do. There's no point for it because your wife is an adult like you, and your wife is not your student, is not your daughter, she's not your employee, she's none of them. She's an equal person just like you are. So I don't see any reason why a man for any reason should batter his wife unless for ego or pride, if for nothing else.
And for me, I feel it is wrong to batter someone, but then I noticed that people really have serious anger issues, and for men it's ego and anger issue in one person, and probably that's how he transfers his anger on her by beating her. It's not justifiable. I can't justify him beating her or battering her, but then, my dear, we're in Nigeria. They need to beat some women for their mouths to be shut.
Governor Suswam is not the first man to beat his wife. Neither is he the first spouse, to hit his partner. Let me put it that way. It's been for a long time. A lot of people have experienced this and they're still experiencing it. A lot of people have cried out,
They do that often in Nigeria because there is no law guiding it. If the government should actually look into that, I think we're going to have less of wife battering in Nigeria.
Nobody can be in support of beating, seriously. If it's a kid, you ask a kid, should your mommy beat you when you go wrong? The kid will say no. Nobody needs to be battered. There are ways to train a child. There are also ways to talk to your wife than battering her.
It was so easy for Gabriel Suswam to beat up his wife in UK because that he feels he's a Nigerian person, right? It's so easy for him to do that because there is no, where he's coming from, there is no law guiding it. But there, when he went and did it there in UK, and he's going to face the law. And I think the punishment they're going to give him, he deserves it. And you're going to teach men outside there that no matter what your wife do, it should be a man. You can't just raise your hand on your wife anytime, anytime, wherever. Even some men go so bad of doing it in the public. And it's so bad.
You'll be shocked to know that people actually go through this every day. Even just people in relationships, like just girlfriend and boyfriend and stuff like that, they actually go through that, not to talk of married couples, So it's a major problem rather, sorry.
I don't know why women stay with men that batter them. But if somebody should batter my own sister, of course the next thing I'll tell her is I don't think you should stay with that man, because you can batter and kill somebody. It leads to death, it leads to a lot of things, and it even shows that the man doesn't love you.
They think it's a shame to actually come out to say, okay, this is what my spouse is doing and this is what I'm going through. They cover up for their spouses, and they actually don't realize that they have to reach out to people, because that's the only way they can get help. The spouse in question can be frustrated or can be going through so many things. There's so many things involved, But if they reach out, they can actually get help. And so it's a very, very serious issue, because a lot of this had led to death, or emotional stress and pain.
So if Nigerian government is going to look into that and there should be a punishment for those people, those men that feel it's so good to raise their hands on their wife, it would be so wonderful.
I love the fact that it's public knowledge and everybody knows that, okay, yes, this is what is going on, and probably maybe it can actually influence some men to change, or treat their wives better and not beat their wives.
In your own personal opinion, what do you think would be an appropriate punishment for either the governor or any man who participates in this kind of activity?
Life sentence.
Life sentence.
Wait. Death by hanging.
Oh, even worse.
Oh my God! The punishment I'm going to give them is that for him, going to give him, particularly my own husband, right? I would like ask him to do. He should go and beat his mother. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you.
If a man batters his wife, the first punishment is that wife should be taken from him, and then he should be taken to face the wrath of the law. Because if two men fight on the street, there's obviously a punishment. They can arrest them. There's a punishment for it. So why should a man beat his wife for free? So if a man beats his wife, the wife should be taken from him, one, and then he should face the law, just like assault or whatever it's called.
Punishment, no. The person should go for a counseling class or something. It has to do with anger management. The person needs to manage his anger and channel his anger into something than to beating his wife. Seriously, counseling will do just fine for me. You should go and see a psychiatrist or something. But prison or whatever punishment you're expecting me to say, that's not going to come out from my mouth.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right then, have a wonderful day.
Hello, my name is Ugo Uyana, actor, radio TV presenter, and of course a media enthusiast. This channel is dedicated to air the views of Nigerians and of course to bring you entertaining videos. So, on behalf of Engross TV, I crave your indulgence to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Guess what? A lot of exciting videos and trailers and of course skits will be coming on this wonderful channel, Engross TV. So, if you want us to produce a special video for you, you can drop a comment on our comment box and we'll get back to you. So please subscribe to Engross TV.